Rhea Bloody Ripley is back looking as only she can look, and as for the rest of the show, well, I'm going to talk about that now. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from the Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio. The busted Nutter Center, as it were. Busting all above us and dripping down on us like a goddamn creamy shower going down here into our pores. Not getting too much in the mouth unless you pay extra for it, but then it goes down further and then you rub it into the goddamn chesticles to make your chesticles all busted and nuttery. I don't know what I'm on about. Look, I'm reviewing this a little bit later than usual because there was a Regal Mystery movie. It was Sing Sing from A24, a terrific movie. You need to check that out when it drops in theaters a couple weeks from now. So that's why I decided to catch up on the rest of Raw from the busted Nutter Center. Okay, look, there were parts of this show I like, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to get to SummerSlam and the Raw after SummerSlam. I need to see some shit that's going to cause me to really stick around reviewing this weekly. Because it's getting kind of dire. The good stuff I really like, but god damn it. And if you can't guess what I didn't like on this show, you have not been paying attention. So anyway, 8,700 people according to WrestleTix, and according to Google, the capacity is just over 10,000. Pretty hot crowd, at least for part of it. So we get recaps of Rhea and Liv, from Liv injuring, first Rhea injuring Liv, da-da-da, Liv injuring Rhea, da-da-da, and then Rhea returning, and goddamn, and then they start with Rhea coming out of the elevator, and I forgot how to form words for 5 minutes. My God, Rhea. Good goddamn Christ, what a goth goddess she is. So happy for her and Buddy. I wish them nothing but happiness throughout both of their lives. But Jesus Christ, Rhea. God, how we have completely missed her. And don't get me wrong, Liv has been killing it in this role as well, but Jesus Christ, I miss Rhea. I would say respectfully, there was not a fuck bit. Nobody was acting respectfully. Everybody was acting like a goddamn pharaoh, a whore. Come on, seriously, look at her. Just look at her. If you can look at her and resist, you are better than me. So, anyway, she says that she's back for her title. She'll deal with Dominic later, and that she's going to take care of Liv's revenge tour. But during that, Dominic shows up. Apparently he skinned a very, very stupid cow to make that vest. And he has flowers like Eddie. And they're black like Vicky Guerrero's heart. So anyway, Liv shows up on the stairwell, and she wanted to take everything from Rhea, and Liv is finally on top. Stop thinking about it, Kier. Stop it. You stop it. You stop thinking about Liv on top. Get some help. I certainly was being respectful when it came to Rhea, and how dare you accuse me otherwise. Now, Kier's a good guy, just seriously. Stop thinking about Liv on top. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with any of you? I run a clean show here. Just ignore the intro and the fawning over Rhea. Anyway, Liv wants to be on top. She is finally on top. She's always been known to be quite the screamer. That's my kind of woman. Can't talk about it anymore until the cases are settled, but let's move on from that. SummerSlam Challenge, Dominic. I bet he's going to be the referee, or he's going to cause, friction. And what's going to happen is he's going to end up costing Rhea the match, and then Liv's going to drop him like a bad habit. And then we're going to get Liv and Rhea possibly in a Hell in a Cell, is what I'm guessing. So, yes, Rhea basically says she's not just going to end the revenge tour, she's going to end her career. And Liv, they really should have mic'd this better, because I could hear it, but I don't know how it translated to the live crowd. So anybody in the live crowd, could you actually hear what Liv was saying? Because it was a good promo. But I just feel like they could have, mic'd it a little bit better. And then Sheamus makes his entrance with a new theme. Apparently, according to a friend of mine, Def Rebel gets a flat fee for every single song they do. That's why they keep doing more. They should try doing ones that are better, and then maybe they'll get a better rate. So, Rhea still pissed at Dom, and Priest is just laughing because he told Dominic to not do this shit. And then here comes Bronson, took on Sheamus. And yeah, Bronson Reed, by the way, for those that are new, but here comes Bronson because I just can't help it. The Dayton meat plant slapping, people with meat and all that and whatever. Apparently the Wyatt Six ended up delivering a tape to McAfee. Maybe it was all the bullshit rhetoric that Aaron Rodgers believes, even though I think Pat probably is on the same goddamn train. So, they did clubbing, shit, a missed moonsault, and a knee for 3. There you go. None of the matches really meant anything. This probably was the Raw with the most meaningless matches. All due respect to the talents. So Pete Dunne then attacks. Here comes Bronson and then attacks Sheamus. So he's a man on his own. He is done with everybody, despite the fact Tyler Bate apparently has a torn pec, so he's out for a while. Rhea then is talking to Priest about taking care of Judgment Day. Why is Carlito here? She's wondering. I've been wondering why Carlito's there because he has not been doing shit. Yes, he's been doing the occasional comedy, but really, this is what they brought him back for? And Dominic really tries to help, and basically, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and this isn't the only time. We get a plug for Bojangles, who I've never had. Is Bojangles any good? Let me know in the comments. Sammy basically is talking to Dragunov, and Dragunov says, I didn't help you just to get a shot. Sammy's like, I know, you're really good. You remind me of me. I want to face you. That's the gist of it. Gunther package, he's got his eyes on the prize. He is looking to just zone things off and implement. Not finishing it. Jackie's interviewing Zelina. Zelina wants to achieve new heights so she can reach stuff off the second shelf without standing, on her tippy toes. And then Sonya and Co. show up. Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe. Who actually remembers when the original Sheik ran shows in Ohio. Remembers the war between Dick the Bruiser. That wasn't the actual name of a wrestler, by the way. It actually was, and the original Sheik. She remembers him when he wrestles Ed Farhat. I'm done. I'm done. Zelina took on Sonya. It took longer to say the jokes before than it did for this match to happen. Zelina got very little offense in, a distraction. Shayna busted her arm. So unless Zelina's actually hurt and she needs time off, this is a bit of an odd thing. Sonya won very quickly. And then K&K and Lyra show up. Lyra looked very good. Boy, did she look good. Boy, howdy. Whoever does have her needs to take care of her right. Whoever is lucky enough to have her needs to take care of her. That's all I'll say. Lyra just is naturally beautiful. But anyway, in all seriousness, it's respectful. I can be respectful. And yeah, that's an odd team. Priest then basically is talking to Dominic. Jay says stuff and talking about, is mommy single and ready to mingle? And then Dominic wants to face Jay later. Pierce then is talking about the meeting with Drew. Gable interrupts, says he's going to call out Bo Dallas, that Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. They made Gable a blithering idiot. He's going to call him out tonight. Well, actually, no, they didn't make him a complete blithering idiot. They did a little bit later. Priest then comes out to a mild reaction. Look, I like Priest, and I think he has worked hard, but this world title run has not worked. I'm glad he's gotten it. I think too little, too late. Here's Gunther. And then, you're living your dream, but you're not living up to it and everything. And then talks about the street cred that Priest has. And then talks about his privileged lifestyle. And I guess Priest apparently was homeless, and actually, wrestling helped save him, which is good. I mean, I'm not knocking homeless. People are struggling and everything, all that. I'm glad that Priest is doing better. But then they turned it into a rich and, a privilege versus this. And, I figured we were just getting close to getting a people like you. Someone like you could never beat someone like me. We're going back to 2003 Triple H and Booker T. Yeah, and Gunther talks about how he was begged by WWE to sign a contract. You will always be street. You'll just be, you may be street tough, but you're just going to be a street kid. Priest fires back. We get a brief brawl. It was nice. They're trying to juice this up. Gunther has to win that. He has to. They can't do a multi-man match and have other people involved. Put it on Gunther. And just let Priest build himself back up, maybe. Maybe win the championship. Maybe win the Intercontinental title at some point in Mania. But I don't think this world title run has worked. Give Gunther a long reign. At least to Mania. That's long. Priest then took on Braun. Steiner, by the way, got escorted out by security and will be back, obviously. Priest and Braun showed up. I went to go watch the movie. It was, again, Sing Sing. Braun's knees are shut and a chokeslam wanted. Then Gunther stared him down. He had a brief skirmish. Whatever. I don't care. Well, actually, we got the brief skirmish after the match. I messed those things up. This stuff started to blend together because it's hard for me to really care about the Priest, any Priest feud. And then Gable is talking to his former peeps while Maxine just stands there, likely looking at a spotlight, distracted by the shiny things. Tozawa is still there for some reason. Otis, they've completely just nerfed this whole thing. Can you help me? No, we're not going to help you. We weren't talking about you. Hey, Xavier, we're going to have Tozawa and Otis team up with you to take on the Final Testament because Kofi's taken out. Why? Why? For who? Seriously, I know you have people under contract, but really is the best you can do? The Creeds are going to help Gable when? Fortunately soon. At least I have it thinking fortunately soon. I'll get to that. Stephanie Valkyra signed with WWE. Okay, let me just say this really goddamn quickly. I understand liking, if you like WWE more than AEW, or AEW more than WWE, or you like WWE and AEW more than New Japan, excuse me, or whatever the fuck you like. Great. Like whoever the fuck you want. Like whatever. But there are some people, now some to say it in a joking fashion, that, oh, this guy went to AEW, it's a shame he retired, this kind of stuff. There are some mutuals of mine that joke about that, and that's cool. But there are some like, oh, it's loyalty, they aren't loyal to the fans. They need to be loyal to themselves. Yes, they need to appreciate the fans, but guess what? Stephanie, by the way, might have signed with AEW if there wasn't a guy there that sided with the person that was her ex that tried to kill her. So maybe you need to blame Roosh. Maybe he needs to get the Hearns. Maybe he needs to, have his reality checked. Something. And whoever the hell that guy is that, was Stephanie's ex, how dare you treat a goddamn goddess like that? How dare you? I mean, how dare you treat anybody like that? Stephanie Valkyra had a bright, shiny moment at Forbidden Door. She carried Mercedes and her goddamn weave collection to a pretty good match. Because Mercedes hasn't meant shit since she went there. And I was hoping she would. Stephanie seems happy, seems thrilled. She looks great. My God, does she look great. And she is going to be a bright star there. So if you don't like the fact she signed with WWE and you want her in AEW, but you wish her well, great. But if you're that upset, she betrayed you. She doesn't owe you shit. You fucking goddamn blithering morons. You goddamn pond scum sons of bitches. She doesn't owe you shit. It's like when people were hoping that Natty would go to AEW. Natty would have been a benefit to AEW because they need all the help they can get, even with the talents they have. But then, oh no, I never won there and everything and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with liking the stuff that you want to like, but god damn it. Have a sense of pride and dignity, which I know is difficult for some of y'all. We all like what we fucking like. But god damn it, there have been people that have watched wrestling longer than I've been alive. There are people that have only been watching wrestling for a few years. It doesn't matter if you've been watching wrestling for a few months, whatever. All good. If you're a sensible wrestling fan, that's fine. But I've watched wrestling longer than most of you have been alive. And some of y'all need to fucking pull your heads out of your asses. Anyway, congratulations, Stephanie Valkyra. I certainly appreciate her wrestling ability. And only that. I definitely appreciate her wrestling ability, but my God, she looks great. The K&K crew, along with Lyra, speaking of looking great, Lyra, that is, took on Shayna and Zoe with Sonya. The crowd died. They did some shit. Zoe won after a knee to Katana. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody in the match, but it's just nobody cared. So, more Judgment Day bullshit. Dominic says, I just wanted to prove that you're my mommy and you belong to me. You don't say that to her. You don't do that. Women aren't your property. And then we get a little bit more later. Pierce brings out Drew, and they hype up all this stuff about Drew versus Punk. It's going to be a big goddamn deal. It's going to be so fucking good. And Drew pumps up the crowd. 2 referees are brought. And basically, Pierce says this one thing. You apologize to the 2 referees. They didn't deserve that. You apologize to them. We'll let bygones be bygones, all that. Say you're sorry, chance, and all that. And Drew's like, I don't want to. Why should I do that? I'm getting screwed over all the time. Everybody's screwing me over there in the back. Everybody's doing this, and everybody knows that I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever. He might as well have said that because he's channeling Bret Hart in the lead up to WrestleMania 13. That's what he's doing. It's good. I'm not knocking Drew. It's good. But there we go. He shoves the refs. He starts getting in Pierce's face. Fired up shit. Here's Seth in a fur coat and weird leather pants, and we get a brief skirmish there. And then we get the singing celebration. And then the Wyatt Six tape. The Wyatt Six interrupted Pat's show and dropped off a tape. The tape was of Rowan. Okay. I've stated how I felt. That's not going to change. Rowan lost 2 of his best friends within 3 years. That's terrible. I feel bad. I imagine he's gutted. And if I didn't, think that all this supernatural shit was, well, shit, I might buy into it. But they started with the goddamn murder thing, and I'm sorry, this editing, this stuff, it's not good. This is Blumhouse levels of stuff. There's realistic stuff sprinkled in. But anyway, I can't. I feel bad for Rowan. And Dominic took on Jay Mysterio. Jay Uso. Later, Liv showed up and decided that she wanted to be on top. Again, Kier, what is wrong with you? And then Rhea shows up. Never mind. And the match is still going, by the way, while this is going on. While Rhea is just stomping down and, chasing Liv away. And then a splash, 1, 2, 3. Dragunov package. Rhea then basically says, I don't belong to anyone. You belong to me. Who wouldn't want to... Never mind. Let's move on. And then Gable is here to call out Bo. Then Bo comes out. And then the Creeds attack. And I'm like, my God, they're involving the Creeds in this. They could have put Gable and the Creeds together and treated them seriously. But no. No, we can't do that. Triple H just has to fucking prove that he's not a fucking genius with this. So anyway, Bo's just laughing like everybody else would be laughing, even though there's serious stuff going on. There's something seriously wrong with, the fact that they're presenting the supernatural shit in this, and then the smoke, and the people show up, and there's and then Sammy took on Elia. Steiner showed up and speared them both. Fuck it. God damn it. I don't care. And I'm getting to SummerSlam. I'm going to see what happens on the Raw after SummerSlam. They're going to involve Alexa Bliss in this goddamn thing. I'm just going to say right now, they might as well just, say we don't care about wrestling. This isn't wrestling. There are people that like it, and that's great. I don't. Maybe I just need to take a long break from WWE after a few weeks and just review the pay-per-views. Because this, I know it's for Bray, and that's great. I didn't like it when he did it, and I'm not going to like it now. It's not wrestling. Doesn't matter what company does it. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.